What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio, man. We back. We back in business, man. I got my co-host extraordinaire, Water. And it even says Tony's co-host, man. Shout out to Cat, man. Yo, we are back drinking water, living life, staying alive, staying hydrated. Drink more water, y'all. Do this. I preach this every episode, man. I want y'all deep in these cups. I want y'all deep in the cups. Not liquor, not coffee, not tea, not fruit juices. I want you deep in these cups, man. Get in on this water, man. I want to talk about Draymond Green. But first, you know what I'm saying? Got my producer extraordinaire over here. Sabrina Sif in the building. Got Amir on the ones and twos. We out here, man. Lots been going on. Draymond Green stole on Jordan Poole at practice. Just stole on him.
How he did it? Oh.
It was like a dive punch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he dove into it.
I love that for him.
Jordan Poole pushed him because, you know, Draymond Green walked up on him. Jordan Poole pushed him, and then he came in with the dive punch. And then, you know, hey, man, break it up, man. Man, get off me. The punch was extreme. I don't know what was said. First of all, whoever recorded the footage is trash. Whoever recorded the footage is trash. What's that Jerome talking about? Jerome says maybe a way to promote the Patreon is to have a graphic that shows the names of the patron saints in the videos on YouTube. Hey, that's a great idea. I like it. Whoever recorded that video, though, why would you leak that? Why would you leak that? Because I feel like if you were there at practice, you are close to the organization. You're close to somebody there. Why would you leak that footage? What happens in practice stays in practice, man. You're not supposed to be seeing what's going on behind the curtain. Like who is this saboteur?
Oh.
That did this? Like, yeah, I'm gonna put this online. Nah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to get stole on. It's embarrassing to steal on people. Sometimes you feel guilty. You be like, man, I'm sorry for what I did. We don't all need to be in on this. Now Draymond is taking a step back from the team for a little bit, I guess to cool off or whatever, but it's just like, dang, man. What happened? People forget that Jordan socked out Steve Kerr. Jordan socked out Steve Kerr in private. We didn't know about the Steve Kerr-Jordan fight. We didn't see it. There was no footage. I didn't find out about it until the Jordan documentary. I was like, oh shit, y'all fought? Damn, never knew. Never knew that. And that's how it should be. We shouldn't be knowing this stuff. We can read about it. We can hear, there's been some, some dust-ups in practice. We like, oh, dust-ups. And we let our imaginations fly. But we shouldn't be seeing it firsthand. We like, God damn, man. If I was there at practice and I was recording, I was like, yeah, recording, I wouldn't give up the footage. Somebody said they got paid for that footage. I don't know how true that is. Somebody said that TMZ paid some good money for it.
TMZ be paying.
Will pay.
Yeah.
If it's and they know they are the only ones like exclusive, or they'll pay.
Oh, they
I just saw a rumor
paying.
that said it was like 120,000 or something like that
For that video?
Yeah,
That's good money.
That's good. Yeah,
That's
especially in
good
this. That's a
money.
one-time check. Like 120,000. Like it's like, oh, people think like, what about your career? Like I just made 120K like right now.
The thing is, I want to know who was recording.
They're trying to find out themselves.
If they work for the organization, they're probably gonna fire. If they find out, I'm sure they're gonna get fired.
100%.
But it's like, dang, man, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Depending on what you want to do in life. If you was just hanging out, be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you was just a one and done, and you just happened to be there, you was a guest of somebody else. Even if you were a guest of somebody else, you putting that person at risk. Whoever you were a guest of. But I feel like whoever was recording the video was staff. They were there for a reason. 120K. That's good money though. But the integrity of it, the long lasting effects of the 120, because 120K ain't all that. It's good money, but it's not really life changing. I don't know, man. I think they was out of line. I'm like, man, you leave that shit in practice. But we know they be fighting in practice. We know it'd be some scuffles.
Yeah.
Some sneakers scuffling around, some skeet, make it off.
How is it?
Man, skeet, make it off. There's always some get off me in a fight. Make it off. Some tussling. You ever see the Knicks tussle when you work for them? No?
Let me think. It's always been like attitudes. I've seen attitudes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of attitudes behind the scenes.
Mm.
I've even seen a lot of attitudes from the players of the other team with like, you know, the people in office and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of that. It's a lot of that though.
Because it's, you know,
it's a lot of
you
disrespect.
think of any workplace, anywhere that you've ever worked in life, where there's multiple people, staff, multiple attitudes, multiple personalities, multiple this, that, and the third. It's always dust ups. It's always, I don't like this person. I don't like this. If they say one more thing to me, this is it. Every time I come in here, they got something to say. It's always something. So the NBA is no different. You got the front office people, you got faculty, you got staff, you got the athletes, you got the trainers, you got so many cooks in the kitchen, so many people. It's gonna be beefs and dust ups, and I ain't feeling this, that, and the third. I'm gonna strangle such and such down there at Human Resources, man. You just never know.
Oh, excuse me.
You just never know. Fights, beef, stuff be getting messy. People be dating, messing around with the same people. It's a big shit show.
HR just got to be so stressful. Because when you think about like HR representatives in TV shows like The Office, and right now I'm watching God's Favorite Idiot, and the HR person in that is just like annoying. Just like in The Office. It's like, damn. And it sucks because the reason they're annoying is because they got to keep shit in line.
Yeah.
And then when shit does get out of line, it's like, oh, God.
The human resources nightmare. You always hear that.
Paperwork.
It's a human resources nightmare.
Right.
So there's all kind of shit going on. But don't be recording and then posting the video. That's the moral of the story.
I wish I knew this is I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I wish I knew about HR earlier in my life because I fucking needed HR mad times.
Oh yeah.
But I never knew that was an option.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I've gotten hired to places that had HR,
but you never.
But they've never presented that as an option.
Yeah.
Never.
God damn it.
And it's like, hey man, I could have used it.
Yeah.
I could have
Come
really,
on down to human resources.
Yeah. I mean, in Slurita's eyes, I would have been a snitch. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you would have known the reason, you would have been snitching too, Slurita.
Right.
I don't even think Slurita's
Slurita
here.
all about no snitcher.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of snitching.
Yeah.
Get tested, y'all. Know your status. And if you know somebody with a tainted status, snitch. Let me ask you this. If you knew somebody with HIV, you knew they had it, and they was trying to hook up with people and not telling them, you snitching?
Hell yeah.
There's people out here with that mentality. They be like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? What you doing? You got to snitch. And know your status, man. And get comfortable talking about this topic.
Yes.
I'm sick of y'all. Get comfortable talking about statuses, STI checks, HIV tests. Get comfortable having the conversations. This is going to be clipped. Get comfortable having the conversations, y'all. It's a lot of y'all out here. Y'all just smashing, you're dating, you're messing around, you're hooking up, one night stands, smashing, whatever. It's cool. It's in the moment. It's spontaneous, but you don't know. You don't know. You're putting yourself at risk. And we've all been there. We've all fumbled. We've all dropped the ball. We all went raw. We all had condoms break on us. And a lot of us got lucky. It's like, whoo, close one. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people won't even have the conversation. You hooking up with people all the time. You just met them. Or you've been talking to them. You don't know their status. You don't even bring up the conversation. You don't even ask them when their last test was. You don't even know. You just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was just a good time. They was cute or whatever. All right. Bring it up. Talk about it. And don't be scared, man. What's the worst thing? What you gonna lose? Let's say you bring it up. Yeah, when's the last time you got tested? One, if they get offended, if they get defensive, that's a red flag for you. Oh, you defensive about this? Oh, hell no. I should definitely not, put you inside of me or go inside of you. You know what I'm saying? That's red flag city. Or they could be like, all right, yeah, I respect that. Nobody ever, because a lot of people won't. In my dating history, nobody has ever brought it up first. Nobody. And I'm just like, man, y'all just really just be, okay. I'm the only one. That's what it felt like. And I'm just like, man, y'all really just be out here not having the hard-hitting conversations. Wild business. But know your status. HIV tests are easy to get now. You can take it home now. You can get a rapid HIV test. You ain't got no excuse. And that ignorance is bliss shit, horse shit. Don't you do that. Now, if I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't know. You putting people at risk. Know your status. Because your ignorance is bliss can shatter somebody's life forever. You want to be on the other end of that? I just never got around. I just never bothered. I ain't think nothing was wrong. There's people out here with these mentalities, and they'll lie to you, too. Don't be taking nobody's word for nothing. They'll be straight up lying. And if you're in a monogamous relationship, get tested still. Every 6 months, every year. Don't be leaning on the fact, no, we good. You might not be. Always, man. And I'm pissed off. I got to have this conversation. Because y'all don't be talking about it. Y'all be acting like shit ain't out here no more. Y'all be seeing the commercials like, man, we good. Nah, man, we ain't good. It's dope that HIV is no longer a death sentence. That's amazing. But know your status. Know what's going on. Know who you getting up in. Stay on point. Stay on point. Don't be scared to talk about it. Because a lot of people scared to talk about the stuff because they be like, if you talk about it, they feel like you got something. Man, forget all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it. Chop it up. It ain't went nowhere. COVID came out and was like, man, look at it. You pushed HIV to the side, man. It's still here. Big time. Remember that, y'all. There's people out here drinking blood. Yeah, I've been watching Dahmer. Watch out. All right, I'm logging off for the Instagram. Y'all want to see the rest? Join the Patreon, man. So y'all know Irv Gotti been talking about Ashanti tough. He's just been running his mouth. Well, she finally mentioned it on a song, on a remix song with Diddy, and she was just like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. She finally like addressed it. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics. I haven't heard the song, but hold on, I gotta plug my laptop in. Talk to me.
Ashanti is fine as fuck. 10 out of 10 would hit multiple times. I would have shaved that little sideburn for her and everything. And I'd be like, come here, baby. Let me get that for you. If she wanted, if she wanted to keep it, that's fine. I don't care. I don't know if I would drink her bath water.
You're not taking a sip?
I might. I'll go in
it.
Just
like a quick.
No. I don't think so.
You're not going to do the biblical.
I'll fight Irv Gotti, though. I'll fight Irv Gotti, man. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
You ain't about Ashanti, man. If you can't take a sip.
I mean.
She just got in it.
I said I don't know. Yeah, I got to be in
the fact that you got to think, though.
I mean, it's just. I'm picky about my water. What if it tastes like Arrowhead?
Oh, it might.
It might taste like Arrowhead. No disrespect to Ashanti. I love you. I'll do anything. But I don't know about that. I would do anything.
And you're not a fan of room temp.
Room temp either. It's gonna be warm.
Yeah, it's gonna be super
It's
warm.
gonna be warm.
But she just got in it. But she just got off stage.
Oh God. There's just so many things to factor in. And then she wears like a whole bunch of like oils and lotions, so it's gonna also taste like that, and that never tastes good.
And you're gonna see the oil residue
on the top.
the water itself.
The oils.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff to think about when you talk about drinking somebody's bath water. It's a lot of things to consider.
There is.
But it's Ashanti though.
But it is Ashanti. That's why I would think about it. Other people, I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Like, just. But I'll think about it. Ugh. I don't know.
You gotta do that after. So she said in the song, it's a song single alongside Bryson Tiller and City Girls, Young Miami. It's a song called Gotta Move On. And she says, giving obsessed, it's giving you stressed, it's giving you pressed, it's giving this nigga missing the best. But it's been 20 years. Please cry less. We can see you and your tears. This is what she said on the track. And, I'm glad she said something back, man, because he's just been talking reckless. So she said her piece, man. Said her little piece. The bars is trash. Now, mind you, I'm sure she's singing.
Oh, right.
She's not rapping, y'all.
So then why didn't you sing it to us?
Huh?
Why didn't you sing it to us?
Because I didn't want to mess up the melody. Like, I haven't heard the song. I don't know what the song sounds like. Maybe if I heard the song, I could sing it back to you, but I was just reading off the thing.
I want you to sing it next time.
Because I'm like...
Go ahead. Just make up a melody.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying?
You can't put Tony on the spot.
It's giving obsessed.
Look at him.
It's giving obsessed.
Yes.
Nah, man. I don't
yes.
know, man.
Come on, bitch.
It's
You doing it.
giving obsessed.
Ooh.
It's giving stress.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I feel like
it's giving stress.
Ooh.
It's giving stress.
Ooh, you better hit that.
It's giving you press.
Ooh, bitch.
It's giving this nigga missing the best.
Period.
I don't know how they sing it. I don't know how this song sounds.
But you know what? It sounds better.
It did sound better, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put the singing on it.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it is.
giving you stressed. Who said please stop, man? Slurita, you a hater, man.
Slurita's
Ain't nothing
a hater.
ever good enough for you.
Man, well, we should block him, but keep his $5 every month.
I'll be threatening to block him every time, man.
Keep his $5 every month, but block him.
He always on the block. I'll be waiting. It's giving you stressed.
What if this song really sounds like that
It
when it
could.
comes out? And
He could. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Ashanti fired back, man. She was like, man, look, man, I'm gonna say my little piece. Hush, just hush as a man. Be quiet. So there's a movie executive, a film company executive that her name is Donna Langley. She is the chairman of Universal Film Entertainment Group. She's the first British woman to run a major American film studio. So she wants to send Tom Cruise into space. So Tom Cruise pitched her an idea over a Zoom call about a movie where he has to go to like the space station up there to save the world or whatever. Just like a loose pitch or whatever. But they were talking about like actually sending him up there so he could be like the first, civilian to do like a spacewalk up there in the astronaut suit, the whole shebang. And I'm like, of all people to do this for a movie, you goddamn right it's gonna be Tom Cruise. You goddamn right it's gonna be Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise need to change his name to Going the Extra Mile. Tom Going the Extra Mile is his name, man. He gonna go the extra mile. He is out here. He gonna do it all. I call him the American Jackie Chan all the time. He is the dude that's just gonna be like, yeah, I was really up there, in space, walking around. We went to the moon, and I was up there for about 3 months just to get ready for the role. I'm like, Tom, you don't have to go to the moon for real. We wanted to get the shots just right, so we did a real shuttle. We blasted off. We landed on the moon for the movie. That's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is gonna do whatever it takes for the shots to look dope, and it's gonna be him in there. It's going to be him in the shuttle, flying the shuttle, landing on the moon, and coming back. It's going to be him. And we're going to be right there like, man, they got the shots. So if this movie gets greenlit, I have no doubt Tom Cruise is actually going to go through with this. I'm like, yeah, Tom Cruise is going up there. He going up there. And that's scary. Like we romanticize and like think about, man, what's it like to be an astronaut? That's some scary shit in real thought and real life. To actually get on a rocket, pray that there's no malfunctions, on the takeoff. Then you got to get up there and survive. You got to do everything just right. So, because one false move in space, you're dead. You're dead. One false move, you're out of here. One wrong button, you done decompress the air. You got no oxygen in the thing. You're landing wrong. You're coming in wrong. The atmosphere just cooked you alive. There's so many ways to die in space travel. So the fact that you got the guts enough to get in that little rocket and go up top, that's crazy, man. But Tom Cruise is crazy. Tom Cruise is willing to do anything for this. So I have no doubt in my mind that he would go the extra mile and go up there and put on the spacesuit. And then he'd be the only actor that's ever done that. Eat your heart out, Leonardo DiCaprio. What are you really doing for these roles? Christian Bale said about Leonardo DiCaprio that a lot of actors owe him because of the roles he's turned down. Christian Bale was like, man, I appreciate Leonardo for turning down these roles because a lot of these movie studios, they go to Leonardo first. And so it makes sense. Because here's what Leonardo has. He has the looks. He has the acting ability. So he can do action. He can do drama. He can do whatever. I don't know if they come to him for comedies, but they probably do. So they're going to be, man, if we can get Leonardo, who wouldn't want to have Leonardo attached to any project they're doing? Then they start trickling down. All right, who else can we get? It's all about the script turn downs, man. It's all about that right there. Circling back to Diddy. Diddy has been he's been coming up a lot. Like, him dating one of the city girls. Diddy is always under fire. The thing between him and Mace has just been ongoing for a while. It's like, Diddy was on the Breakfast Club and he was just saying like, yo, man, I'm an upstanding businessman. You know what I'm saying? They got me out here. They slandering my name. And like, because the cats have come to Diddy like, yo, you owe us money, you owe us money, you owe us money. Remember the Locks? That was infamous. When the Locks wanted off Bad Boy, that was an event. They was really out here campaigning like, yo, free the Locks. Styles throwing chairs and everything. So Mace has long been saying that Diddy owes him money. Diddy owes him money. Diddy owes him money. But Diddy was like, Mace owes me money. Mace owes me $3 million. He gave an exact total. He was like, Mace owes me $3 million. He was like, Mace only did one album with Bad Boy. And so I looked it up. I was like, man, let me do the research, man. Let me dig in this again, man. Let me get my beak wet on this. He claimed Mace only did one album with Bad Boy. I thought that Mace had a couple albums come up under Bad Boy. Let's look at the discography. Now, mind you, Mace only has 3 albums to his name. So the album Double Up is on Bad Boy. Now, mind you, Double Up didn't do nearly as well as Harlem World. Double Up came out. It sold 350,000 copies first week. I feel like those numbers ain't accurate. Wikipedia be lying, by the way. Because anybody can make a Wikipedia page, but I don't think that's accurate for the first week. And then he did Welcome Back. Welcome Back is also on Bad Boy. What is Diddy talking about?
He lying, bruh.
Mace has 3 albums on Bad Boy. So I'm confused on how he just did 1 album for, Bad Boy. I don't get that. I don't know what he meant by that. And he was saying that Mace owes him $3 million. I was under the impression that from what Diddy said, it was like, all right, he put out Harlem World and then we gave him the advance for Double Up and then he just kind of flaked on Double Up. But then if he came back for Welcome Back, I'm just like, man, what's going on? So I don't know, man. But remember when, some of y'all might be too young, some of y'all right in the pocket. Remember when Diddy and Mace was that duo? Remember when Puff Daddy and Mace was just killing it? They was just like, can't nobody hold me down. That shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, they gonna be together forever. This is Bad Boy for life. You know what I'm saying? Remember when you were young and naive and you thought these rappers and these crews was gonna be together forever? You thought Bad Boy was just out here forever. They ain't never gonna rift. Death Row, Bad Boy, they gonna be out here, No Limit, Rockefeller. They out here, man. It's a movement. For life, man. Get it tattooed on yourself. Then come to find out, they got beef, they got rifts. You never paid me my money, man. Man, fuck you, man. Hey, man, watch out, man. Grab me and hold, man. Get off. All these crews bickering. Because we didn't know about the business of music. We were just fans. We were just like, yo, they always going to be a crew. They always going to be making music. They always going to be doing this. And then we come to find out Mace just retired. Mace was like, I'm out, y'all. Which is something I always wondered about. Harlem World was 1997. It's something I always wondered about. I was just like, why did Mace really walk away from the game? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's purely Christianity. But I wanted to know, because he left. Now, granted, Double Up flopped overall. Double Up flopped compared to Harlem World. But it was like he left when he was up there, man. He was at a high level. And you don't normally see that. You don't normally see artists just dipping out when they on top. So I don't know, man. I've been hearing different things and like, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of, threatened out or whatever, but I don't know. But I always wondered like, man, why would he just, and the music industry, I get it. The music industry is evil, but here's the thing. Mace keeps coming back to the music industry. So that's when it gets tricky. Like, if he was like, yo, I'm going to be a pastor, Christianity, whatever, and then he stayed in that pocket, then I'd be like, yo, he really was like, I'm going with Christ. But the fact that he keep coming back to music and then dipping again, coming back, dipping, it was just like, what's really going on? And I feel like you can be in the music business and be a Christian or whatever. There's a lot of, gospel artists out here too. So it's just like, but is Diddy really ripping these artists off, man? Not getting their money right. I want to know. I want to know the ins and outs. I want to see the books. I want to see the book. That's why I'm glad I do stand-up comedy, man. That's why I'm glad I do stand-up comedy, man. Just give me control of my own career. Now, mind you, you put out a comedy album, you might get involved in a raggedy ass record deal for your comedy album or whatever. But I'm glad I do this. I can just be like, yo, I'm here this weekend. Come see me. And it all just depends on y'all and me. That's a good living. Also, going off topic to just the pressure being off as an actor and stuff like that. TJ Miller was on the Adam Carolla show. TJ Miller, if you're not familiar with TJ Miller, he's a stand-up comedian. He was in both Deadpool movies, and he's from Silicon Valley. Not he's from Silicon Valley. He was on the show Silicon Valley on HBO. So he was saying that Ryan Reynolds, he thinks Ryan Reynolds hates him. And he was just like, I just think Ryan Reynolds hates me. And Adam Carolla was like, why would you think that? And he was just like, well, it was just a weird energy when we were doing the second Deadpool. And he was just saying that, you know, Ryan Reynolds is a guy that he's so good looking, guys don't want to laugh at him. And girls also don't want to laugh at him. So when he was looking at him in the Deadpool makeup, he was like, all right, yeah, now he can be really funny. And so they were having like a scene, and Ryan Reynolds wanted to do one more take. And he said when he did that one more take, he was really ripping into me and just going in. And it was just like, you know, where is this coming from? And so even when they yelled cut or whatever, even the crew was just like, that was weird as fuck. Like, you know, everybody was just weirded out. And so I think TJ took that as like, you know, him wanting to really rip into him. And then he was just like, so I don't think they're not bringing me back for Deadpool 3, but I wouldn't want to do it anyway because, you know, I just think he hates me. And I was like, wow. And he was just saying that, he mentioned like insecurity and stuff like that. And he was saying that, you know, him and his wife, you know, they have an image. They have a good public image. So, you know, underneath that, what's underneath that? And so we just like, oh, okay. And then going forward, like, you know, when TJ Miller, he said something that resonated with me. He was like, because he left Silicon Valley while the show was hot too. He left that show, and he was just saying that, you know, I'd rather leave a show before it gets, you know, done to death and like the show faded out, everything went downhill, and you're just trying to hang on. So TJ Miller feels that if you do things for too long, you know, it kind of hurts everything if you just keep doing it for too long. So he feels like, you know, if a show is going good, you know, I can give it a few seasons, then I'm out of there. And so he was like, and when I do auditions and stuff, the pressure's off because I can always do stand-up. So the pressure's off for me to like book a gig or book a role because I can always just do stand-up and I can make a living off stand-up. And I was like, man, he is absolutely right. Because I was like, if I had to depend on what I could book acting-wise, I'd be stressed out here. I'd be in shambles. Because I'm at the mercy of so many people. Like when you go into an audition, you're at the mercy of so many people. The casting director, the producer, the director, other actors, the name. You know, are you a big name? It's so many, and on top of that, your performance in the room. And I was just like, man, if I had to depend on that, sheesh. And he was like, you know, and when he does like Zoom auditions or whatever, he's just like, man, I can't really get into it because I'm a comedian. Like I work the room. Like I know how to work a room. And so when you take that element out of it and we just sitting on Zoom, I'm not going to give you the same energy. And we were just talking about that with me. You know, we're trying to pitch a show right now. And, you know, we were coming to the conclusion like, you know, Zoom calls just don't give you everything. And so we want to set it up to where the people that we're pitching to can come see you at a stand-up comedy show in your element, doing you. And I'm just like, man, that makes so much more sense, man. Because sitting there in a Zoom, man, fuck out of here, man. It ain't the same. You're not going to get the true essence of me in a Zoom call. You know, so I feel like, you know, if you're trying to sell a talent, if you're trying to book a show based on a comedian, you need to be familiar with that comedian. You need to see, you need to come see him, come hear him, see how the audience responds to him, see him in his element. Then you can get a better idea of, who you might want to do a show with rather than just going on a Zoom call. So I was like, man, I'm feeling this right here. But I did think TJ Miller had some allegations. That's why I thought he left the show. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But I was very interested to hear that. I was like, because TJ Miller on Deadpool 1 and 2 was fire to me. Like the exchanges him and Ryan had were some of the best shit in the movie, in my opinion. So I hate to hear like, man, he ain't coming back for a third one. Because I was like, man, he was a good time. In my opinion, me and Sabrina been eating at the crib. Been eating a lot of veggies, tofu. Sabrina be making these pancakes, protein powdered pancakes.
So good.
Eating at home is just fun, man. Eating at home is just a better time. Going out is cool, but then a lot of times you be feeling it comes with guilt when you go. I don't know how y'all be viewing eating out, but sometimes it's a lot of guilt associated with it. So when you can stay home and cook yourself, why not get Green Chef? Green Chef. They are a partner with Verbal Cardio, so I'm excited. And Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Now I don't know what CCOF stands for, but I'm sure it's something hard hitting. Green Chef makes eating well, I should say, easy. With easy plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals, Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. They've expanded the menu. They've gone from 24 to 30 recipes weekly. So they got 30 weekly recipes. With the option to mix and match meals from different dietary preferences in the same box without changing your plan. If, for example, order vegan one day, keto the next. Add in extra meals in just one click. And they're offering customizations. They're offering more customizations than ever before with 3 new flavorful protein choices on the menu. Swap the protein in any meal that features chicken, beef, or salmon for USDA certified organic ground beef, organic chicken, or wild-caught sockeye salmon. I never heard of sockeye salmon. So did they get socked out?
Yes.
Like, ooh. Damn. Why they call it sockeye?
Shit, I gotta Google it.
Cue that up. We're now offering 10-minute lunches. Each week's menu include 2 convenient, low-prep, and nutritious lunch recipes ready in just 10 minutes. No cooking required. Perfect for when you're on the go or pressed for time at the office. Eat well at lunchtime, too. Man, I'll be pressed for time out here. Green Chef's exciting new ingredients, recipes, and delicious meals support a healthy lifestyle. Eat well without sacrificing taste. That's a major component because people be scared to eat healthy because they feel like it don't taste as good, man. Y'all just making excuses.
Y'all just don't know how to season food.
Basically. You know what I'm saying?
That's what y'all like. Y'all like the taste of seasoning.
Yeah, season that shit up, man.
Season your healthy food.
Season that shit up, man.
Seasoning herbs and spices is not what's unhealthy.
Get in on that.
Relax.
Remember when we had Green Chef?
Yeah.
What did we have that night?
I think we had it was like a pad thai.
Pad thai.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
That was a good one.
I love pad thai.
I sent you a picture of sockeyed salmon.
Oh, you just sent the sockeye?
When I tell you I would never eat that, even if I wasn't vegan.
The sockeye salmon. God damn.
My man looks stressed.
He do. He got his mouth open too. Like, hey, man, get your boy up out of here, shorty.
I think you have to put your hand behind it
right
like
here.
a YouTube. Yeah, go like this. Yeah, cover your face. Oh, there he is. For those who are just listening,
salmon, man.
we're showing the
Look
picture.
at his eye prominent. Sockeye. Getting socked out.
I would have never thought that's what they look like.
Me neither. I'd have never would have thought. Sockeye salmon. But yeah, man, we had the pad thai. That was a good time, man.
It was
Green Chef.
good.
Green Chef was easy to make.
Mad easy. Everything was already prepped for me.
That
Just had to throw it
pre-prep is
together.
everything.
Man, I wish everything was like that.
Man, because the prep is just like, ugh,
Yeah.
I gotta get prepped.
I will say that sometimes prepping is therapeutic. I
Yeah.
do like chopping things up once in a while, I'll be like, you know, because it's all I have to focus on.
Yeah.
It's just the chopping, and there's no real stress in the chopping. There's no real nothing. You're just chopping. So there are times where I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
And there's other times where I think of the prep
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I'm just going to order something. So Green Chef does make it easy when you're just like, I'm just going to order something. With Green Chef, you just take everything out, throw it in the pan or throw it in the oven or whatever the instructions call for.
And they give you thorough instruction.
Thorough.
And that's a big part of it. That's a load off. Knowing that everything is already prepped and ready to go. You just got to throw it in there. Man, that's a load off. And then you be like, oh, man, I'm good to go. And you feel better. You feel like, man, I got time. I got time to cook, eat. You know what I'm saying? The cleanup is going to be easy. Right now, they are offering $135 off across 5 boxes. The first box ships for free. That's 5 boxes, 50% off, plus free shipping. Then the 22% off, 22%, and then the 5%. The shipping fee of $9.99 after the first box. So, man, y'all ain't got no excuse, man. All right, go to greenchef.com/verbal135 and use the code verbal135 to get $135 off across 5 boxes, and your first box ships free. That's greenchef.com/verbal135 and use the code verbal135 and get $135 off, man. Get that $135 off. Who else is giving you $135 off? Who else is giving you that much off? It's going to be hard to find, man. Get in on that Green Chef, man. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Struggleberry Bakery, man. You was talking about cookies in here? I'll give you 6 cookies and my, what is that?
Funko Pop. It's one of those little toys.
Oh, for the ad. Oh, snap.
Don't say, oh, snap.
You shooting your shot up in here, man. With the 6 cookies. Thank you, Afro, for putting the code up in there. So get in on that Green Chef. So we got a praying mantis at the crib now.
He's my friend.
Yeah.
It's like having a celebrity at the house.
Man.
I love it.
He or she, probably a female, is huge, by the way. The mantis is there at the crib on the side of the house. On the side of the house where I do all my little Black Widow experiences. Well, Black Widows are all around the house.
God damn.
So the other night I come home, I see a praying mantis up by the garage door. Not the main garage door, but the side door that leads to the trash cans. I see it on the wall. I'm like, oh shit, a praying mantis. Okay. It's a tan one, kind of blending in with the house. So I was like, cool. And then came back the next day. I couldn't find it. Then I see the man. A lot of times, here's the thing about praying mantises. They are built for camouflage. So it works on humans. Because I will dead look for the praying mantis. I'll be like, yo, Ted Rathers, man, where you at? Looking around. I will come back shortly thereafter and see the praying mantis in the vicinity I was just looking at. And I was just, man, you was on the light fixture the whole time. Upside down. So Tan was on the light fixture all night last night. And, you know, the moths come at night. So he was just like, yeah, prime real estate. So this morning, I go and check to see where Tan is. I'm like, what Tan at? Look around, nowhere to be found. I'm like, yo, Tan. And I'm just looking. I'm on the other side of the gate. I'm just looking. Like, man, Tan, where you at? Sabrina shows up at the gym. Yo, Tan Rathers is on the gate. Mm-hmm. And I was like, where? And Tan Rather was on the latch on the other side of the fence that I was looking at. So had I reached over and grabbed the latch, my finger would have been all in Tan Rather's mouth.
Man.
Tough. So Tan is on the latch of the gate. Huge. Just all on the latch. I got video of it. I got to post it. So then, you know, I'm at home. I'm getting ready to do daddy issues, verbal cardio. So I'm coming out. I'm taking trash out. I come out and Tan is on top of the gate now. Just on top of the gate in the middle, thirst trapping. I was like, tan, and I got it on camera. So we got tan rathers, we got big booty red bottom. I got another big booty red bottom now. It's another one there now. The old big booty red bottoms disappeared, and then some younger red bottoms came out. But then there's another big booty red bottom on the side of the house. So I'm just like, so right now, I know of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 widows around the house right now. That's not including the backyard. That's just on the sides and the front. 7 black widows and a praying mantis. All at the crib. It's straight Jumanji at the crib. We got big booty red bottoms. We got tan rathers. It's Jumanji 3. Welcome to the jungle at the crib. The only thing we missing is a snake because we got lizards. We got lizards. All we need is a snake to show up. Goddamn bald eagle, owl. Once I see a silverback gorilla in the backyard, I'm just like, we really out here. We are really out here in the community in these streets.
And Tony wouldn't even call nobody if we had a silverback gorilla.
Why would I even remotely call anybody?
Exactly. He would just be like, well.
Why would I call the feds on a silverback gorilla in my backyard?
And I'm not even mad at that because I'd be like, well, I guess we have a silverback. Just leave the cats alone.
Silverback. And the silverback is going to protect us from robbery.
Oh my God. Because if somebody tries to come into the house,
they're going to hop the fence.
Yep.
And the silverback is going to be right there looking at them. They're going to hop right back over.
I'd be like, what the fuck? But then they're going to call goddamn robbers.
They can't come, man. They criminals.
I know.
They just got to take that L.
They better not.
Take that L, man. Hell yeah. I'm loving it.
I would love that. I just pictured it. Him just sitting there.
The silverback
chewing, eating our
I would bring out fruit baskets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how they just be chewing and looking into space, looking spaced out. And
like, you want to come in? And be like, nah, out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're going to the bathroom at, though.
Shit.
I don't know where that's happening.
What if that's the only time they come in? They come in, they use the guest bathroom for some reason.
I'm with it. If I could have a silverback gorilla just living in the backyard, could come in for the dump, I'm good with that.
Now he has to come in for the pee too, though. We don't know what that smelled like.
Yeah, that's true.
And the whole backyard smelling like gorilla piss.
Yeah.
He was like, damn, your house smell like gorilla piss. Damn it.
Yeah.
He's only in the backyard.
Come on, they knock on the window. They cool with the cats.
Mad cool. They love the cats. Sometimes we come home midnight right in there.
Yeah.
In the arms of a gorilla.
I'm with it. I am with it. It could be fertilizer. That's a good point. You got Lizzo Enough.
Oh man, shut up. Stop talking about Lizzo's body. Who cares? She's literally be minding her business.
Yeah.
And every day a new person, usually a man, I don't know, has something to say about her.
Yeah.
And it's like, just shut the enough. We get it. She's fat. She knows.
Yeah.
She actually talks about it. She mentions it. She good. She not concerned with you. She not hitting. You not hitting. It's fine. Just shut up. I'm tired of every day a new person is like, Lizzo's fat. Duh. We have eyes. We see it. She sees it. She has a mirror. She looks back on her videos. She knows she's fat. Shut up.
She embraced it.
She embraces it. And she's not promoting being fat. She's promoting being comfortable in the body you have at the moment. And at the moment, she a big girl. But she be working on it. She be trying to eat good. She goes to the gym. But in the process of getting to a better space or to wherever she wants to be, she's embracing who she is right now. And that's where we all need to be. I need everyone to embrace your body and where you are right now in your journey. And I know it's hard because I was there. But there was a point, even now, like when I'm not really feeling myself, like, man, I'm not really feeling myself, but I'm fine as fuck. And that's fine. You can do that. Embrace where you are at the moment in your journey. And that's what she is promoting. She's promoting don't hate yourself just because you're not exactly where you want to be. Love yourself and know you're on the way.
Right.
So I just want everyone to shut the fuck up.
Leave her alone, man.
She's like, yo, I be minding my business.
Yeah.
She does.
She said, I'm minding my big, black, fat, beautiful business. That's what she said.
I love it.
And so she's like, man, just keep my name out your mouth. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I feel
Focus
her.
on the music, y'all. And hush.
Yeah. And she could sing. It's not like that's all you got.
Right.
She's very talented.
She's
Just
super
in general.
talented.
She's like classically trained to play instruments and stuff. Like who's
That's
doing that?
crazy.
And she could sing, like, the notes she be hitting. Like, she could do Broadway.
Yeah.
She could do pop. She can do it all.
Right.
So all they have is damn. Like, I feel like it's a thing like, why are you so confident? You shouldn't be so confident and so successful.
Yep.
Because we're trained to feel like people like you don't deserve success.
Yeah.
You deserve to be hidden away and shamed and feel ashamed. And she's like, nah, I have way too much fucking talent and I'm way too dope. And you're not about to make me feel a certain way. And I feel like everyone needs to look at that and embrace that. We get it. You don't like fat people.
I also don't think representation means promotion. either.
Exactly.
That's the problem that a lot of people seem to get upset about. When they see somebody that is like how she is, and they're thinking that you're promoting this kind of thing. It's like, I'm just me.
Right.
It's literally, I'm just me.
I'm just living. I'm existing.
literally, this is how I am.
Right.
And I also saw somebody tweet that said, name a disease that fat people get that anybody else can't get. And I was like, well,
right.
we all get the same shit no matter what.
Right.
It might be the risk factor is played into your weight or anything like
Right.
that. That's a different story, but we all could fuck around and end up with the same thing. It don't
We
matter.
can get diabetes. We can get cancer. The whole shebang. Bad knees, arthritis, all that.
Man. And it's like, it's just so many things. Like, metabolism plays a part. There's some people with insanely high metabolism that are their insides, they look fit, skinny, great to those people's mentalities, like
Right.
on the outside. But the inside, they're dying.
They hanging on by a thread. They
They're
got heart disease.
literally dying, but they just have fast metabolism. And then there's people with extremely slow metabolisms that can eat once a day
Yeah.
and still be considered overweight.
Right.
So it's like nobody thinks about that. Nobody, like, there's a lot that needs to be done for certain body types in order to get into a certain shape. So we can't just look at somebody and automatically assume the worst. And we can't look at somebody who is proud of being who they are as everyone should be like me.
Right.
That's not what she's saying. She's just saying everyone deserves to be confident. And it's
Right.
true.
That's
Everyone
facts.
deserves to be confident. Everyone deserves to be happy with who they are at any stage in life. Even if you're failing, just be proud and be happy to know that, okay, I may be failing right now, but I have what it takes to get out of this and succeed later. And like whatever the case may be, no matter where you are in life, it's eventually either going to get better or you're going to be strong enough to wake up the next day and keep going and do what you got to do and just be happy. And I feel like that's what Lizzo's all about. So, man, shut up.
Hush.
So that's what that was about. Enough.
Hush.
Sick of it. Man, you know what? You know what would really break my heart? If you went on a podcast and it was like, Tony Baker talks about Lizzo, because that's what it keeps coming out every week. I
got an interview with Comedy Hype next week.
Oh.
I'm gonna talk about Lizzo. I'm gonna talk about Lizzo next week on Comedy Hype.
Hell no.
I'm gonna be like, I ain't feeling that. I rock with Lizzo, man.
Yeah, she just be
I
chilling,
rock
bro.
with it.
She be chilling. I mean, I still got beef with the whole not wearing socks to the gym thing,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you know,
that's disgusting.
That's the only thing I truly got beef with. And then like her putting her bare ass on a NBA chair
Oh, when she was courtside.
when she was courtside.
That was the only thing I was like.
That's the
why would
only
you do that?
thing. Yeah, that's like
Because it's just no matter who, it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
bare butt.
Common courtesy, man.
But I mean, if that's the only strike, ain't got no reason to do
Yeah.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You also have here that Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. are doing a show together on CBS, and I'm excited. I'm a fan of both of these guys. Grew up, I grew up on Damon Wayans. That is the guy that I was just like, yo, this dude right here is funny, man. And so, his son, I always wanted them to work together. I was like, man, so to find this out that they're doing a show together, I think I'm excited. And I think whatever they cook up, I think it's gonna be a hit. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure what the premise is of the show, but I'm all in, man. I am all in. Count me in, man. And I want to be on it, man. Let me be on the episode. Let me pull up one good time. And I always love to see, Big Damon working. Because I know Damon Wayans at any moment, he'll be like, man, fuck this shit. Damon Wayans Sr. is very much fuck this shit. So, the fact that he came back, I was like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Keep him here. Because I know he doesn't like to travel a lot as far as touring because, he's older now, diabetes and stuff like that. So hoping that he can find something that's less physically demanding than his work on Lethal Weapon. When he was doing the Lethal Weapon show, that's an action show. They shooting in different locations. They all over the place. And I'm not sure how this CBS show is going to be structured, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be multicam. Multicam means that they could shoot on a set, on a sound stage or whatever. So if you think of shows like Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, even new shows like The Neighborhood, those are multi-camera shows. So, they can show up and, one location, they shoot in different episodes. So I think that's a better workload on Big Damon than having to go all over different locations throughout the city. You doing action scenes, you doing stunts, you doing all of this. So I'm all for it, man. I'm a big fan of the Wayans family. So I'm all in on this. And, everybody always asks, who's the funniest Wayans or who's your favorite Wayans? For me, it's Big Damon. No disrespect to the rest of the family, but, no disrespect to Keenan and Marlon and Sean and Damon Jr. and Shantae and Craig and Mike.
They gonna go back to the HBO special and take your part out.
They're gonna take it out. They'll take him out.
They're gonna take him out, man.
But even Marlon would be like, I get it. It's Damon for me was, I feel like my intro to him was either I'm Gonna Get You Sucker or it was Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime. Actually, my intro to them was Hollywood Shuffle. And in Hollywood Shuffle, Hollywood Shuffle featured both Keenan and Damon in that movie. And Keenan Ivory Wayans actually helped write Hollywood Shuffle. So Keenan had a prominent role in Hollywood Shuffle. He played the co-worker at the Winky Dinky Dog place that was hating on Robert Townsend, trying to pursue his acting dreams. Keenan also played Jerry Curl Jenkins. And Jerry Curl Jenkins in that sketch, he was a murder suspect of Cookie Head Jenkins. So, and I know these names sound ridiculous, but that was all part of the sketch. He was watching the detective show, and Jerry Curl Jenkins was the suspect in the case. Everybody, don't stop. Do the Jerry Curl. And anyway, Damon Wayans was in that sketch. He was one of the dudes that Robert Townsend's detective character was hemming up for information. And Damon was like, you can follow the empty activated bottles to his crib. And so then after Hollywood Shuffle comes I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. And that, was written and directed by Keenan, of course. And Damon Wayans was in there. He was one of the henchmen, him and Kadeem Hardison. And they was always the tough guys sent in to rough people up and just be rough, but they was always getting their asses kicked. And it was just like, yo, you could take the window or the stairs. And they would pick the stairs and they would just get knocked down the steps or whatever. And that whole dynamic was mad funny. He was mad funny to me. And then so I'm watching Robert Townsend's Partners in Crime. So he has a lot of people from Hollywood Shuffle. He's got people from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, all of within this joint, and they were also doing stand-up. So I see Damon Wayans do stand-up, and I'm seeing in these movies as well, And he was also in like, Beverly Hills Cop and Colors or whatever. And then it was just like, yo, this dude's funny. And then once In Living Color came out, his characters to me stood out. They made me laugh the hardest. Like the Homeboy Shopping Network, Men on Film, Anton, Handyman. Homie the Clown is my favorite In Living Color character of all time. Like if I had to sit and rank my favorite In Living Color characters, Homie the Clown is my number one favorite character just because he was a clown. He was sick of the bullshit. He wasn't for the fun and games, but he was because he was a clown, but he wasn't for the fun and games. And he was not letting these kids punk him. And it was just like, yo, this character is perfect. I always wanted the Homie the Clown movie because he was just no nonsense, serious business. He was just like, man, shut up, man. He would hit them kids over the head, and I was dying every time. And Damon was that dude that used all the big words and shit. That was an inmate. Hilarious. So I was just like, man, Damon is like my favorite. And then once he branched off and started doing his own thing, I was supporting everything he did, whether it be a TV show, movies, all of that. So I just been a huge fan. And he is one of the few celebrities that when I get around them, I get like I guess nervous or whatever, or
like
shy.
giddy.
I get like quiet and I just be like,
Yeah.
I don't be knowing what to say, and like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I'm cool. But with him, it's just like, it's Damon, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and he be talking to me regular, but I just be like, yeah, just.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So I'm glad they're doing a show together. And, Damon Jr. is my friend. So it's just like.
Yo, I love Damon Jr.
Oh, man, he's great.
Like Damon Jr. is so funny to me. His stories.
Oh man!
If you don't follow Damon Jr., please follow Damon Jr.
He's a good
Just
follow
watch
on social
his
media.
stories, and he can draw.
Yeah,
he's talented. He draws his out. He'd be like little doodle. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is some like Disney level.
just a little sketch I was drawing while I was waiting for the kids to come out. What?
Be mad
is fire,
detailed.
man.
It'd be like it's like comic book level, like
Yeah.
like anime level
Right.
of drawing. It's so good, and I'm just like, oh, just a little
This
sketch.
guy,
huh?
multi-talented.
Just
He
a
be
little,
doing flips and shit.
Just a little something. Yes.
Damon Jr. is impressive, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, this guy right here. And he's modest. Like he's super like humble and like low key. But it's just like, and I guess growing up in that family is just like, he's just like, yeah, I'm just family man McGee.
Right.
And they got a tortoise in the backyard.
It's funny because like to us, it's like, oh, Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah.
Like you're very successful. He's like, yeah, but compared to the rest of my family,
Man, it's just like, man, come on, man. Bask in this real quick. And he been steadily working.
Oh, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's the guy for like a certain like there's like a, I don't know if it's a niche. I don't know. There's like this category that I can't even name that he fits so perfectly in that it seems like they always go for him.
Right.
It's like, oh, get Damon Wayans Jr. on the phone.
Because the good thing about Damon Wayans Jr. is he has the looks, he has the comedic timing, he has that, he can cross over because, he feels approachable, he feels, the white audience can get comfortable with him, He has the voice that's not too,
Well, it's not too anything.
Right. So it's just like.
It's very sweet.
So it's just like all of that plays into like, yeah, man, we want him in our homes or like, in the movies or whatever. And so that's just dope to see. Because he has that Wayans voice.
Yes. Yes.
And so, you can hear his dad in his voice.
Absolutely.
And because I was thinking about my favorite Damon Wayans movie is The Last Boy Scout. And I was just thinking about Damon in that movie. And just when he was talking, he's like, that's Marcone. And Bruce Willis looked at him like, I know that. And he was just like, and I was just like, man, this movie don't get enough credit. But yeah, so I'm excited about the project. Huge fans of both of them. And I hope it goes on for 8 goddamn seasons. 7, 8, 100 episodes. However long Big Damon want to do it. Because I know he'll be like, man, fuck this.
I hope it does. I hope it's really good. Like, and I hope you are in it because
I would love to just roll up.
Just random shit.
I'm gonna be a nervous bitch on set. He's Damon. Come on, man.
You funny, bro.
Come on, man.
I do want to talk about yesterday was Indigenous Peoples Day.
Ah, yeah.
And I want to talk about something specific though to Indigenous Peoples Day. I want to talk about a tribe. Because I looked at this map and there's this world map where you can look up where you are right now and see what tribe
was there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I sent you the link.
Just now?
Yeah. Well, this was earlier today. I was hoping you would click it and have the conversation with me. But so I looked up the tribe that resided in Brooklyn. And it just so happens to be called the Canarsie tribe.
Canarsie.
But there's multiple tribes. But the Canarsie stood out to me. One, because Canarsie, Brooklyn, like that's very much a place. And two, their story is low-key hilarious to me. It's not that funny, but it's funny enough that, so the Canarsie tribe, they were like all over like Long Island, like all over like the island of, Manhattan and well, mostly they were in the lower half of Manhattan, all of Long Island throughout, with multiple other tribes, but they only resided and they only really owned, quote unquote, owned the lower half of Manhattan. But the Dutch did not know that, right? So they sold all of Manhattan, the entire island, to this guy named Peter Minuit for $24.
Oh, I remember reading
in
about
1639. But they never told the Dutch that the rest of the island was hunting grounds for other tribes.
Oh, shit.
So here they are thinking, oh, this is my shit. And here's these other tribes. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
We bought this, man. You can't buy this. You know what I mean? And it was just like a whole thing. I mean, unfortunately, we all know how it ends.
Right.
But it's just mad funny that they were like, yeah. Just give me, the whole thing is yours. Just give me the money.
Damn.
And
man.
that's the first scam
$24.
of a Brooklyn, of Manhattan, pretty much. Just all of New York. That was the first scam ever done in New York. One of many, because scammers
crazy.
every day are born in New York.
All right, I queued up the map.
Okay, did you look up
Wait,
Chicago? Chicago? There's a whole bunch.
Is there an interactive map?
Yeah, here, I'm going to send it to you.
How? Because I clicked on that thing. I'm trying to find the map.
I got rid of the map so I could look up sockeye.
Sockeyed.
Salmon.
Tie-dyed lobster bibs. All right, let's see. Check out their website. Our mission, about importance of land.
Here, I got you.
Impact.
It's the birth of a scammer. Shout out to the Canarsie tribe.
Canarsie. Boom, okay. Go to the map, man. Oh, shit. The map. Where we at right now, man? Dang. All right, let me look at Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago has a bunch. I was just like, oh, snap. Chicago.
Search. All right, let me see.
Wait, would we be able to put a link to this map in the YouTube? Like for when we post it? Yeah. All right, so it's going to be in the description if you want to see what tribe lived
These tribes are hard to say.
I know. Lived in your area. But I'm going to put it in the Patreon chat right now.
Yeah, the Peoria tribe. Peoria, Illinois. Wow, that's dope. I'm going to be messing with this for a while, man.
I know you are.
I'm all in.
If there's one thing I know is this is all you, man.
Interactive maps.
And then you get to like look up the different tribes and see what they did. Just like learning about the Canarsie is like, wait, I want to know more about these other tribes throughout New York. Dang. Especially since New York ended up being like what it is today.
Right.
And it's such an important part of history, it's just like, all right, what else they got for me? Because there's got to be so much that went down there.
Man, for sure. New York, man. It's the biggest city in America. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Tito Puente.
Yeah.
Google gave him a shout out. If you go to Google right now, they celebrating Tito Puente. That's when you know you're doing something. When Google give you a nice little highlight. Because everybody go to Google.
Everyone.
And so they're going to see Tito living his best life when you go to Google. I noticed that last night. I was like, oh, look who it is.
Yeah, and my dad, he snuck into so many Tito Puentes like stuff. He was cool with him. There's mad pictures of them together. And Tito was like a huge part of my existence.
That's dope.
Like a huge, like I remember when he died, I was like, between him and Celia, when Celia Cruz died, me and my grandmother were sitting on the bed watching TV, like watching the news about it, just in tears.
Oh, for real?
Just in tears. Like, oh, Celia. And Tito was the same way. Like, it was just like, damn, that shit is like.
You
damn.
cried?
I don't know if I died. I mean, if I died. If I cried when Tito, I might have died a little bit, actually, on the inside when he did. But it was definitely like, damn.
Yeah.
And it was definitely talked about a lot. And then my father's a percussionist. So, like, that made it even more of like, damn, like.
Did you tell your dad, I'm sorry for your loss?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. Absolutely, because that's a major part of his existence as well. Literally, sorry, my father's like percussion McGee is what you would call him. And I've learned how to play like the congas, timbales, all of that because of him. And he always had it in the house, like always. So like, yeah. Shout out to Tito.
Do you remember? Did he say anything?
Okay. Oh, mommy, yeah, mommy. You know my dad be saying, oh, yes, sir. I got to call my dad back while I'm on here. Like, because people love that.
Yeah. They did.
They did.
He came in hiding. Man, I'm telling you, man. Your dad.
My dad.
He got stage presence.
He does. And I caught him off guard when I called him that day.
He was ready. He was like, oh. He popped his collar. He turned his hat backwards. He was like,
we're here in New York. He almost said in America.
Man.
My father's funny.
Trying to get him out here is a task.
Man, I think if I just buy him a plane ticket.
Ain't no guarantee.
There is no guarantee.
You're just going to get your feelings hurt because you wasted your money on the plane ticket. You got to.
Yeah, what DeBarge made that song?
Huh?
What DeBarge made that song?
Which
No
song?
Guarantee?
Oh, Chico.
Chico, that's what it was.
No Guarantee. No Guarantee. I think that was him and Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got a question from Ashley J87. What's up, Ash? Tony and Sabrina, when you go to the movies, do you prefer a full movie theater, half full, or to have the movie theater to yourself? It depends on what I'm watching. I'm not a big fan of sitting next to strangers that intimately. I would just like a one-seat buffer between me and the stranger. But I love the energy of a full house. Like if we're watching a movie and I just love the energy of like group laughter, a good action scene, some applause at the end, excitement. Like if it's a comic book movie, I like it when people be like, yeah, like when it starts to come on, you feel that energy. So I really like a packed house, but I don't necessarily like sitting next to strangers that close. I love going as a group of friends and we all know each other and we sit together. I love that. But, too empty is kind of creepy, especially because I like to sit in the middle. So it's just like, who's sitting behind? Like, you know what I'm saying? To look back or just I don't know. It's something creepy about an empty theater.
Remember the other day we went to go see Smile and somebody walked behind you and like
a
certain
what
part.
What the fuck's going on here?
Tony freaked out.
Yeah, they was just walking. You're like, where you going?
He freaked out the way he turned around. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
what's happening?
Like, what's going on here? So I'm not really a fan of an empty theater. And I've been in theaters where it's just been like me. Literally just me in the theater. And I'm just like, it's a little weird. So I like people in there. What you prefer?
I It depends on where I'm sitting, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer an empty-ish theater. If it's just like a regular ass movie and I can sit like in the middle. I only really prefer a packed movie when it's a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Because there's certain parts that like I feel like hit harder when the whole audience reacts.
Yeah.
Like when like the scene with Thanos getting hit with the Captain America shield and the whole theater exploded.
God. That was just,
and I was like, oh.
that was, it was like you were at a sporting event.
Yes, it was so good.
That was crazy. Like, you know, I haven't been to a theater with that much excitement in like a long ass time. And it was just like when they were walking through the portals and when you found out Captain America had the hammer. When the hammer lifted up.
Oh yeah, the hammer, that's what it was.
And it went back into Captain America's hands. They went ape shit.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was just, and I was just like, man, this is incredible. And they were super hyped for No Way Home too, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
When Tobey Maguire showed up and Andrew Garfield, it was just like that excitement right there is just, it just adds to the movie. You just like, man, this shit is just fire. And I feel like movie theaters back in the 80s were more hype. 80s and early 90s than they are now. I feel like everybody too cool for school now, but man.
But I don't feel that way about Marvel movies because everyone in there doesn't. It's like, I know you don't like the word nerd, but it's a positive in this in this context because
fans.
No, but I'm gonna say nerd because fans still try to be cool. In my opinion, like sports fans still try to be kind of, I feel like there's so much excitement when you get to see something that you loved for so long as a kid come to life on screen that you just let all of that go, like all of that care and that worry of like how you look and da-da-da. So when you see it, your reaction is so pure.
Yeah.
It's the little kid in you coming out and in a like, it's tapping into your inner child and just letting it out, which is just so dope to me. That's when nerd comes in. It's a good time.
I feel like this. I don't know what changed in movie theater culture because movie theaters used to be hype.
Yeah.
Non-comic books. This ain't even comic book movies. I remember watching the movie Stakeout with Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez. And there was a sequence in that movie where he was just trying to escape out of the house without getting detected. And it was like everybody on the edge of their seat. They would do applause breaks on movies like Lethal Weapon, Lost Boys, the first Bad Boys. I remember the first Bad Boys when Martin called the crib. Remember there was a time, because if you remember the storyline of Bad Boys, they had switched identities. So Martin was supposed to be Mike Lowry and Mike was just going to be Marcus. And so the real Mike Lowry was at Marcus's house with his wife or whatever. So Martin Lawrence calls the crib and, the wife is answering the phone. They looking at pictures of young Martin in high school. And then they on the phone fumbling close together. And she's like, no, Mike, put it back in. Talking about the picture.
The picture, yeah.
And Martin's like, mother. And the audience erupted with laughter, like, during that whole, like, sequence. And I just feel like, now everybody's just trying to be too polite and trying not to, because they used to say, like, black folks in the movie theater, it was loud and noisy in there. That was a real thing. And I miss that, honestly. Like, I miss missing some dialogue. I remember how hyped the movie theater was for Harlem Nights at the Evergreen Plaza in Chicago, opening weekend. Them jokes was flying off. That audience was losing their goddamn mind. And it was just like, I feel like I don't get those experiences anymore unless it's like a comic book movie. And even then, people still feel timid to really go off. It'd be like a little quick, yeah, but you know. And so I feel like the movie theater climate has changed to where everybody wants to just sit there and be quiet. I'm like, it's corny, man. Give in to the excitement of what you're watching.
Yeah.
You know, let it happen. Let it flow. Yeah, we might miss some dialogue, but we'll be all right. We'll go back and watch it again. And we'll be like, oh, that's what they said. But that energy, that just makes the movies even better, in my opinion.
It does, because it makes everyone really get into it. Like whatever the energy is, if it's laughter, good times, everybody has it's an infectious energy. So it's like you're gonna feel it. Even if it's angry. It's like, man, fuck this.
Yeah. And you be like, man, I miss those energetic audiences. Now everybody be sitting there taking it. Like, you seen it all, huh?
Do you think it's because back in the day they weren't oversaturated with entertainment, and now we're just so oversaturated with entertainment that nothing really like impresses us or the new generation as much, and there's no more excitement. Like, it was like such an exciting thing, but now we have movies at the palm of our fucking hands.
We do. And
so it's like I've seen cooler, but like now you really, like, back then you had to go and seek it.
Yeah. You had to go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
You had to go.
Yeah, and if you're going, that means that you're into it. You're in.
You're like, I gotta see this.
Some people but now we are in a time where it's like, I just need something for background.
Yeah.
And they'll just throw something on. Or it's like, well, I guess I'll watch this just to pass the time. So it's no longer like the excitement with some movies.
Yeah.
So I feel like that excitement is lost because of accessibility. Everything's accessible.
Oversaturated. It's like how I feel about the Las Vegas comedy audience.
Right.
It's like, you know, they'd be cool, but it'd be like, because they got all the entertainment there. I don't know what it is, but I want it to go back to where it was. Be hype, man.
Get excited.
Last question, then we out of here. Shannon asks, what are the most overrated and underrated hand gestures in hip hop? That's funny. The most overrated and underrated hand gestures. Pistol hands is just we done. We done with the pistol hands. You know what I'm saying? How much longer we doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Pew pew pew.
I thought you was gonna say the money to your ear.
Oh,
I thought, because is that a hand gesture though? Because I
didn't consider it a hand gesture.
Like, I remember you was upset about that.
To me, that is the most overrated, overused. The money stack to the ear and just holding stacks of money. I'm done. That's the corniest shit of all time to me. It's corny. I'm sorry, thugs. I'm sorry, y'all. It's corny.
I'm sorry, thugs.
It's corny, man. Clip this, man. Money stacks is corny. We know you getting money. We know you getting money. Everybody getting money, man. Not everybody, but everybody getting money.
Sorry.
We don't need to see the stacks. Don't hold it up to your ear. You're not on the phone. Money don't be calling you, man. Money ain't calling you. How you doing today? How was work? Come on, man. Who you ain't talking to nobody, man. Enough with the money stacks. It's unsanitary, man. A lot of bills be dirty, but if you got them crisp 100s though, I haven't seen a raggedy $100 bill. I've never seen that. They're usually in good shape.
Yo,
they're usually in good shape. That's crazy.
What if there was a movie, right, where a rapper does the whole rap hands things, but unlocks every president that is inside that stack, and now they're haunted by all these presidents, and now they have to go through their rap career with the president. Like, speak about the proclamation.
Oh. The proclamation.
And now this rapper is trying to get other rappers to stop doing it. It unlocks the rap,
the spirits of the whoever's in that stack.
Yes,
it's going to be Benjamin Franklin.
Oh yeah, and then there's Benjamin Franklin, who's not a president. Yeah,
it's gonna be Benjamin Franklin. He's gonna be just talking, so I find it that
he's just flipping the light switch on and off.
If they have some fives and ones in there, it's gonna be George. It's gonna be Abraham. It's gonna be Andrew Jackson.
Of course.
Stop doing it, y'all. What else is a common hand gesture? I don't know. Are they still doing this?
Middle finger.
Oh, the flip off. This Why are you flipping us off, man?
Hey, man.
My bad. I flipped y'all off in this. Why y'all doing this in pictures and rap videos? Why are we getting disrespected as the audience? You know what I'm saying? You flipping everybody off. Why are we doing this, man? I'm offended, man. I was just coming just to see the video. I didn't expect this. You know what I'm saying? The middle fingers is overused. What's underrated?
Hands in your pocket the whole time.
Oh, snap.
That's some skill. Who raps like that?
The hand rub
Oh.
is overused. They be like, when the video coming on, yeah, out here. They always do the hand rub before they begin. You know what I'm saying? I remember Paul Wall, when they figure out what I'm worth, they did the hand rub. But the hand rub is funny to me. I can always get a good laugh at the hand rub. The money stack is what pisses me off like royally. But this is funny when I see it. Or the prayer hands or whatever. So we got the fake pistols, the hand rub, the money stack. They be saluting in videos. They be like, salute. But you got to do something with your hands. You got to do something with your hands. As a rapper, them hands got to be doing something. Hands in your pocket the whole video, you a serial killer. So it's tough. You just be like, you know, and that's my joke that I do on stage about like taking pictures with people. Like men, we panic about what we doing with our hands. Like that's our biggest, like women, you care about how you look. This angle makes me look fat. You know, bring the camera up high. My outfit, make sure you get the ensemble. Dudes, we be like, the hands, man. I don't know what to do with these things in this picture. That's our biggest anxiety point when we take photos, the hands. We got to do something with these shits. Peace. You know, this guy. You know, it's just this guy. You know, just in case you don't know who I'm standing next to, it's this guy right here. Peace. No emotion on the piece. The hands are a major part. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to Despot, who's a rapper who has I feel like it's a song called Rap Hands.
Mm.
Or he might mention it in his song Crap Artist. But yeah, he used to talk about rap hands all the time.
Rap hands, man.
And
They gotta be doing something. You gotta be doing something as a rapper.
Right.
You gotta be doing something with your hands.
It's just
every time.
I don't trust anybody who raps and can be still when they're rapping.
Man,
if you at the microphone and you're not like moving a little bit or doing something with your hands,
Right.
you ain't feeling it for real.
They be like,
You just be stiff and just sitting in the chair stiff, and that's what I need the rappers to stop doing. Stop sitting down and rapping. Stand up. Get back in the booth. You be next to the engineer the whole time. Get back in the booth.
Does that translate into comedy too?
What?
If you're sitting and just telling jokes, Dave Chappelle started doing that.
There's a lot of comedians just sit. Corey Holcomb just sits. Clayton Thomas sits now.
Oh yeah, clean.
There's a few comedians that just sit and do the jokes. I think one of the most underrated rapper hands to me are the Bone Thug hands.
Oh.
Crazy Bone.
You do that all the time.
So they just be rapping and they do this. These are the hands I can never get tired of because it fits with the cadence that they use. It was just a good look. It looked clean. It looked uniform. November, December, the first of the month, and they just be doing this, and they just be the straight hand, pinky slightly elevated.
Did Snoop Dogg do something similar to that? I feel like.
Huh? Who does it?
Or is his hand closed? I don't know. Like Snoop Dogg, I feel like he did something
Snoop
similar.
Dogg had that hand too. Snoop Dogg had the hand like this, and it was just basic straight hand coming in with the raps. He might have a cup in his hand, but just a hand. Hand wasn't doing too much, but it was in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Great question though, by the way. Let's get the hell up out of here, man. We an hour and 30 in. This is too long, man. Get the hell up out of here, man. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to the Chatsworth in here. Shout out to these great questions y'all are asking and pulling up and being a part of it. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all passionately in the shower. I'll be coming to your city. Go to my Instagram. Check out my fall and winter schedule so far. I got Buffalo. I got Cleveland. I got Tampa. I got Phoenix. I got Virginia Beach. And I got Houston. Pull up. Pay attention to my posts, y'all. There'll be too many of y'all surprised when I say I'm coming to Cleveland. You coming to Cleveland? Yes. I posted the schedule.
One of my favorites when you were already there.
Oh my God.
You were here?
Oh my God. Because I be promoting, and I got to promote yet again for 6 more cities this year. So please pay attention. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Stay tuned for Grosse Point Bake. That's coming up. Those new episodes drop every Tuesday. New Verbal Cardio every Wednesday. New Daddy Issues every Thursday, man. Pull up. We out here.